Now you finally, that carries you through the 70s, all that pop, big pop stuff. You were producer of the year and Billboard and everything. But then in the 80s, you finally get around to getting back to country. And Jerry Reed comes down here and cuts hits, and the Gatlins, and G. Shepherd. But the outstanding story is the homegrown one, and that's Shenandoah. Tell me their story. Did they knock on your door?
Not exactly. The guitar player in Shenandoah, I had heard about him through a disc jockey in Ohio. I think it was Davenport, Iowa, or up there in that Tri-Cities thing that they've got. The disc jockey called me and said, this guy can really play guitar, and is there any place down there for him to play sessions, and blah, blah, blah. And sent me a newspaper with all kinds of articles on it. And I said, send me a tape. So he sent me a tape of his playing. And it was Jim Seals. And the tape had on Country Boy, which was later to become a big hit with Ricky Skaggs, thank you. And I had never heard a guitar player that played that much guitar that wasn't from in the business and what people weren't using. So I called him and he said, yeah, I'd love to come down. And I said, well, I'll move you down here and pay for your moving if you move your family down here, and we'll just make a session player.
young man with great experience. I know you got another thing, but I can look you better than me. Take my hand, don't you be afraid. I'm gonna prove every word I say. I land the time, I'm good for free, and you can place your bet today. Boy, you think to come down to dirt, but that ain't nothing to do. Hey, I'm sure hard to handle. Light your candle. I said, hey, little thing, let me light your candle. Cause the mama, I'm sure hard to handle now, yes I am. Thank y'all.